hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to Neda AI Talks. Today we're going to explore how to build a chatbot. This is a beginner's tutorial, so it's going to be straightforward and simple. If you want a more advanced tutorial, let me know and then we can explore that in another video. Alright, so now open your favorite browser. I'll be using Google Chrome for today, and you can just type Dialogflow login. This is the platform that we'll be using for today, which is used to build chatbots, okay? So what you want to find is create a Dialogflow ES agent, okay? This will take us directly to that part where you're going to start working with it, okay? So this is a documentation. It will have a lot of useful information. However, now we're just going to head straight to the practical stuff. Okay, so now you want to click here. Okay, so now if you're not signed in, you can sign in with your Google account. Once you're signed in, you're going to be taken to this page. Right, so now you can click here and accept. So the first thing you want to do is create an agent, okay? So just like an agent in the real world, this refers to a virtual agent. So now you are going to customize this agent so that you decide how this agent will interact with your customers, okay? Or with whoever the users are gonna be, or with your users, okay? So let's give our agent a name. We're gonna give customer service, okay? Oh, okay. So an agent name cannot contain white spaces. What do we do in this case? In programming, we just put an underscore. This resolves our problem. If you want to add two words, you just add an underscore there, okay? For the sake of simplicity, let's just move on and create our agent. So here we have several things to explore, but again, to keep it simple, we're just going to explore intents for today. So what are intents? These are like the goals or the purposes behind what a user says. So if the user is asking anything, these intents are what controls the responses. So we're going to train the chatbot. Okay, so these are the inputs you're going to expect from the user, and these are the outputs we want you to give them, okay? So before you create anything, you'll have two default ones. The first one is the fallback intent, which means whenever the user asks anything outside of the scope, the chatbot is going to respond with these responses, okay? Here are the responses that we're going to get. So let's say we're asking, what is the time now? The chatbot wasn't trained to do that, so let's see what is the response. Yeah, so it's this one. So the other default one is the welcome intent. This is when we are greeting the chatbot. If we said, hey, hello, any of these, so these are the training phrases. This is when we are training it, telling it, so these are the expected inputs from the user. We want you to give these outputs. So let's say we said, hey, this is gonna be the response from the chatbot, okay? So it's as simple as that. We create expected inputs and we give it outputs to give to these expected inputs. So now what we want to do is train our chatbot to respond to a question from the user. So since this is a customer service, let's say we have our customer who wants to ask about something. Let's add training phrases. So I will going to explain later on. If we want to add things like this item, we have a certain item, we can have it saved in entities. Don't worry, we're going to explain that another time. So just for now, let's see what responses do we want, okay? So let's say $4, okay? So whenever the user asks this question, we want this answer from the chatbot. So now we save it so that it is trained. Okay, so once it says the agent is trained here, yeah, now we can ask the question. So after we saved it, this is the name. What is the price of this? But let's test it out. Right, so after we type what is the price of this, this was the response. As you can see, default response, this is the response for this question. What is interesting about chatbots is that you don't have to exactly write this because, again, you can't predict what the user might say. So let's just say you asked what is the price instead of saying all of this. It should still be able to answer yes, yeah, because it is smart enough to understand that this is similar to what we trained it with, which is why the more we train it, the more it will learn about different variations of the same thing. Okay, so this is just a simple tutorial to learn about how to do this. If you want to learn more about this, I can create a more advanced tutorial and to learn about the different use cases for these, and to learn about the follow-up, and to learn about the entities, and also how to integrate it to projects. I hope you found this insightful. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.